Automation is great, except sometimes I just want to do a roadkill engine swap, kind of like when they took the Hellcat engine and put it in their old Dodge Charger. These kinds of swaps are usually relatively cheap because of somebody doing a Cars and Coffee exit, or sometimes, in the ever-changing environment around the world, there's going to be a lot more flood-damaged cars. My law for today is that I've gotten myself one of these brand spanking new Bastion engines right out of this car. Come on out, come on. You can do it. There we go. And to make this engine swap, I'm going to need myself a law vehicle, something which I think is a predecessor to the Bastion that's in-game. I personally love the i6, so I think we're going to go with that. Everything in here is going to be extremely rudimentary. Carburetor though is going to be a bit of a tricky one. It does look like a fairly hefty sort of thing that we see on this example. That is kind of in the right area, but I feel that is just about perfect. Then look at increasing carburetor size. Oh, that's hurting our torque. Torque was quite important to people back in the day. If we have a look at the 4 cylinders here, it was between 130 and 170 horsepower, but they're also a lot bigger. They were 3.5 to 4 liters, so we're going to go somewhere around a 3.8 liter, I reckon, is a nice compromise. You know, not that we're going to be using this engine at all, it is going to get immediately chucked out. Or we can increase our cam profile a little bit without sacrificing idle RPM, so I think this is pretty nice. The question is what does it sound like? You know, not bad, just very bland. I suppose how they made these engines exciting was by painting them. So let's do a little bit of fettling, I think. A darkish kind of blue looks nice. Now on to the all-important stuff. Unfortunately, this body comes with its own bumper, so we're stuck to sticking with that. What color should we paint this? I want to make it something quite ostentatious. Well, we do have purple as an option. I keep forgetting about that. And then with some flake, oh, that looks good. Yeah. No. Alright, I'm thinking something bright like this looks fantastic. Our next question, however, is a little bit more tricky. See, in America, if this was an American car, totally would come with an automatic. But since I've been looking at Australian cars, manuals are still quite popular at this point. But I feel that this one deserves an automatic for its troubles. Standard springs, probably a twin tube, and then something like a... You know what, actually no. We want this to be really wallowy. I suppose now is just to make this thing look good. Even though we're stuck with steel wheels, I feel, because this is going to be like the base trim, once again, a cheaper vehicle that you're not going to feel so guilty about butchering. I'm going to at least pick something slightly interesting. Like, those look pretty cool, but then again, they're 4 studs. There's no, like, hub covering center wheels that I really like. So I think I'm just going to go with those. Having a look at the front of this thing, I think it's fairly easy to say that this thing should have a fairly broad thing and then a joined headlight. Now the part we've all been dreading, or at least I have been. Rear taillights. I could just phone it in. There, Dunskies. But I think instead I am going to at least try a little bit. I feel though that the hood is missing just a little bit of detail, so I'm going to do something that I don't do very often. And that's grab, I think, this. And we're not going to leave this as a vent. We're going to cheat a little bit and instead make it the bonnet color. I think that this thing could do with a little bit of gaudy trim on the bottom here. For this, usually I go to some sort of bumper. The unfortunate thing is this body is not really great, as in we can't go too close to the wheel arches. I think the final piece de resistance on the exterior of this thing would be stick a little bit of a badge on here. That looks really, really good. Like it's just cherry on top to a otherwise fairly basic looking car. We have a very modern B and backwards 3 sort of looking thing. I doubt that that's what they would have used back in the day. And then for the rear, we have full text. Okay. I think we can work with this. And then they have a sort of thing here for the engine size. So I wonder what sort of B would fit best. This is tricky. Oh, there is this one. This is the only one I think that kind of gets close. Brockwell goes on the rear, except, hold on, that's meant to be caps. Much better. Maybe a space between everything. Much better. And then we're gonna write in maybe like 232 as the CI for the engine. That looks pretty good. Well, here it is in BeamNG, and it is a very basic looking car. I will grant you that. But it's not going to be basic in a bit. And we're just going to give it a bit of a drive around, see what this thing is like. A before and after, you might say. It is very wallowy. Not as wallowy as what I would have liked, but, you know, I suppose it is a sporty two-door, so it can't be, like, completely bucket style. And it's not so bad. I think that I've pretty much done what I expected to get out of this. Now, I have embedded in this vehicle a little bit of a secret, and I guess you probably want to know what that is. You remember the General Mayhem? Well, this car had multiple different colored panels. As you can see there, a blue bonnet, red fender, all that sort of stuff. If I wanted to do that to this car, I would have to create my own panel fender colors and all that sort of stuff. It'd become a bit of a mess to do. But not if I was to say, hide the colors in here somewhere. And that's where these two little cubes come into play. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of finagling here. So we're going to grab this and then go into edit it. And we're going to try to grab just the fender. What if, okay, that's too much. Then we're going to go into face select mode and, oh, I don't know which one is which here. I want the fender to be red. So we go for the back one. We got face select mode. So select that. And then assign everything that's selected with it. Oh, let's make sure that everything is selected. All right, now assign everything that color. Then let's select the hood. Gotta get everything selected. Select the hood. Then we're gonna give that to the other cube's color. So if we select that, we now have the right one shown up and assign. Let's just quickly go F4, export. And we're going to put this back where we got it from. And in BeamNG, it's going to update. It's going to happen. There we go. And would you look at that? Perfecto. Except this looks garbage, and I didn't do the seam lines. So let's start selecting the seam lines and re-export this. Then I think we're going to draw a line across here. And when it loads again sometime soon today, it will show a better result eventually when it's... There we go. Good. Oh. You know what's happening here? It doesn't have the cutout stuff anymore. I have a plan. If we go into the materials file, we can grab the opacity map stuff and then find material 97 and paste it in there. Save that and then refresh and let's hope that it works. I mean, it might work. Hey, would you look at that? Except, yeah, I put a seam line there and that has not worked particularly well. So what we're going to do is grab all of this, hide that. Oh, even more to hide. Then cut a line right down to here. Then we're going to grab the ones that were adversely affected and assign that color. Then export again. Please work the way that I want you to. You'll be my bestest friend, I swear. You will be. Hey, perfect. I mean, perfect enough. You get the idea. Now I suppose the question is really fitting the engine in. And let's get a good look at our choice of engine. I think that's going to be a pretty easy fit. If we have a look in here, look at that huge engine bay. What is happening to the materials? I think I need to restart the game before I go doing much else. So what happened there is sometimes when you've exported something from automation to BeamNG and then go back and re-export, which is something I did sneakily off camera, is it can mess up things a little bit. So that's all that just happened. There's just a little bit of a thing there. Just restart the game if you've re-exported from automation. As for the next steps, we're going to start by dragging in the flex body. So in the content folder under vehicles, Bastion, then under their directories, we should have a DAE, good. I'm gonna drag that into here. Then in a new Blender window, we're going to import that. Hide everything basically except for the engine. Wait. What the hell? Where's the engine? Oh no. What's going on? Don't tell me it's under common as well. Oh, please, no. Oh, no. I see Brockwell. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. Let's have a quick look. That's the wrong file. Is that the Brockwell engine? I see supercharger? Wow. I see supercharger sorts of unwraps here. Let's see. Is there any defining features? There's these stripes down here. I don't know if I see that here, but I'm pretty sure that this is, yes, the engine anyway. The Brockwell engine is not even in the main, so it has to be in the common, because there's nowhere else this could be. All right, let's try to find Bastion. And it seems to be under Vehicles Common, what? Vehicles Vehicles Common Engine Bastion. And here's our files. Oh, nice and neat. There's only a few files to grab. Let's go ahead and delete that Bastion one. We don't need that. And instead, we're gonna grab, you know what? All of this. Let's import it here now. So we've got the turbo variant in here, which we do not want. I want to keep it supercharged because the supercharged is cooler, in my opinion, even though that there's probably lots of arguments as to why that's a dumb idea. I'm noticing that we don't have all of the plugs lining up. They relied on that engine cover. Is that really how that is? Yep. It goes invisible. I suppose most people aren't going to be looking that closely. So let's go in and edit this. Oh, this is the coil pack. That's what was meant to be there. Why is there only one? And on this side, okay. So let's undo you and your extra thingies. Oh, I did a lot there. Okay, there we go. Then instead, grab you, then duplicate you. That works nicely. There's also a lot of different parts here, and we do not need them to be different parts either. Well, I think we can get rid of that. And then the rest, I think we're just going to join together, because I don't think there's anything particularly that we need to hide. The only thing that we will do separately is the pulleys, because we might want to animate them much like they are here, except maybe 3D model them a little bit better, because if we slow this down, you can see that these are not good looking. They look pretty bad. Like, what the hell? We could also probably do away with this pipe entirely. What we're going to do, though, is go in and edge mark sharp on these to just make them look a little bit better. Now, there's no guarantee that this is going to work, but hopefully it does. We're going to, oh wait, hold on, we should also rename this. So everything will have AUT at the end of it. So what this is going to do is make sure that when this is here, if it's modified in this thing, it's not going to modify this vehicle, because that will become a bit of an issue. And then we put that on the end of everything, even if that makes a lot more work for us in the end. Then everything is either Bastion Engine or Bastion Mechanical, which is not too hard to change as well. We'll just put the same aught on the end, and if I do it to 1, it does it to all of them. So that's all good. F4, export, DAE, and here we're going to put aught on the end as well. Now that we have both DAEs, we can get rid of the one we don't need. Also, don't know what this one is, so we're going to get rid of that too. Then under the main materials, we're going to put in that thing. Wait, there's no Bastion Mechanical here. God damn it. All right, fine. We're going to have this one draw upon the other material. Hopefully, it'll know what to do. Now we delete that. We don't want that in large and small. Oh, there is a large and a small. Let's get rid of the small. And then this we're going to rename to make sure that it doesn't interfere with things as well. And inside of said engine, we need to change slot type. We have a look at the engine that comes in the vehicle by default. It's called Camso engine. So that we can put there. Save that. And in here, if we have a look under our engines, there's a big possibility. 6.5 liter V8? I think it's in there. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it is in there. Yes! It just doesn't have the engine mounts attached. That is, haha, easy to do. And it's actually still running. I find that funny. We didn't get our transmission in here either, so that's a bit of an issue. I think we'll want to run the transmission as well. I wonder if the transmission is in here. Hey, it is! So let's drag it in and change its name, and then make sure that this draws upon a different sort of name. So underscore aught for automation, and put that there as well. Then over here, make sure that we put that in. In fact, actually, we'll do a replace all. So there's, oh, apparently 2 versions of it. Good thing I remembered to do that. Back here, we'll refresh. And doesn't come with a transmission, that's fine. Let's see if the transmission is there, though. No. Oh, no, it is. It is there. Okay, we have... let's go sequential race. And... oh, bugger. Hold on, let's see if it drives anything. Nope, still doesn't drive anything. This is calling upon a 6-speed manual transmission. And this has got a race... ah, okay. So, Bastion transmission apparently didn't change enough. Now let's save this. And back in here, if we refresh and have a look at the new options, do we now have... oh, no, now there's no transmission options. What is going on? Let's copy this and find it in here. Find next. No, it is here. Slot types are showing up. Why does it not want to be here? That's strange. Maybe if we get rid of Bastion transmission default and save that, and it's still not there. This is a weird one. Oh, hey, I figured it out finally and got everything to work. All I had to do was change the name of this, because apparently when this is the same as what it is in the common file, it just completely ignores everything else. So, kind of weird. The other thing is for some reason, the engine is like below the ground, which is strange. So we're gonna have to go in and move everything up. Let's work visually first though, because that'll be the easiest to work with. So we're gonna paste in here and just clear everything, except this is gonna be about 1/2 meter. The rest of this we're not using whatsoever. Refresh and see where visually the mesh has moved to. What? What? Okay. It doesn't like the engine now? That's weird. From an automation vehicle. Then put that in there, except change this to here, and this to here. And what are we missing? And it's worked again. Okay, now it's working. That's weird. I think that engine height is maybe a little bit high, but for now we'll leave it. I just want to do a quick cache refresh. Oh, it didn't actually change anything. So what I was expecting here is this mesh to be called incorrectly, because this is not the mesh which I made in Blender, which means that under flex bodies, if it ever calls anything that's in a common file, it will always just call upon the common file. So I suppose that makes my life a little bit easier. So what are we going to do about the height of this engine? Well, where does the transmission sit approximately in here then? That is going to be a fairly low transmission. All right, we'll drop it down a little bit, then maybe we'll modify the engine block a bit. Or we could do something else entirely, which is now bring in that renaming that we asked for. Save that, refresh in here, and we have nothing. What's going on? Did I call it wrong? Where's the engine block? Oh, it doesn't get called the engine block because it accidentally took a different name. Well, let's rename that. And in here... good, okay, it's still exactly the same name. Refresh, and please, why? All right, I give up. What the hell? So it turns out that I can't get the materials to work. So my cheaty thing that I was going to do, which was to put all of the meshes together to make it a lot easier, just doesn't work. So we're gonna get rid of this, don't need that no more, don't need any of this. We're just gonna be calling upon the base game stuff and let it lay where it lies. Then what we're gonna do is grab all of these and put them in all of these slots. Wow, that was actually the perfect amount of words there. I didn't expect that to actually work. And back in BeamNG with a quick little refresh, we have most of it in the right place now. We still have a little bit of a problem with the suspension slightly interfering with the engine, but I think that's fine. The rest of these nodes we can, these things we can fix up later. That'll come with moving the engine nodes themselves. Let's move everything up now, the 0.4 of a meter, which is 40 centimeters. So add 0.4 to this becomes not, oh, this is gonna take a while. That's 7. Oh God, now we have to do like a 1.2. Now there's 2 steps in changing all of the numbers. But if we've done it right, we can refresh here. And... oh, some weird things have happened. Apparently, the nodes didn't move? What's happening? What hasn't moved? Transmission hasn't moved. So let's just change all of these in one go. Replace all 5 occurrences, and hopefully, if all has gone well... What? Oh, I moved... Oh, god damn it. Let's instead change the right number. And wouldn't you know it, this time I got it correct. Except the engine mesh hasn't moved, but we'll be fixing that in a second. To fix that offset, we're going to start replacing everything now with what it needs to be. And our submarine engine transmission, oh, my brain is not working, is now in place and barely fits. But we could just say that you would have cut out the floor a little bit, which is probably what they would have done anyway. Those nodes are very low. Now what we should do is probably move the exhaust ones up next. I have to find the exhaust manifold as well. Would it be under exhaust? No. It doesn't even seem to be in this folder at all. Oh, it's found under Bastion. Oh! Oh my god, it's here. Oh, what a nightmare. All right, we'll copy you and we'll put you in here somewhere. Oh, wait, no, hold on. We'll just copy the entire thing over and repurpose this to be just for manifolds. Then delete everything not related to what we need. Oh, we'll also keep the supercharger in here so we can change the supercharger position as well, because we need to be able to modify these flex bodies. Now, once again, to make sure we're not editing the wrong thing, we're gonna have to change slot types. Now we should have the ability to change our intake. Okay, it's calling upon the wrong things. Oh, I didn't save this one. Now I should be able to call upon the right thing. There we go, underscore aught. Oh wait, that's for the twin turbo. We don't need that. Hold on. No, just an exhaust manifold, please. I don't want the turbo version. Then for the intake, we can go with a stage 3 as well. And now with my supercharger on, this thing should wind like... Wait, where is it? There it is. Okay. We have to now add all the modifiers to offset this. Luckily, everything is all going to be the same of 0.4 of a meter offset, so we're all good. And if we do a quick refresh, it will be in place! Yes! The only thing now that's being a problem is these pulleys. And that is, oh my god, just a right pain in the butt cheeks. The reason why that's an annoying thing is now we have to find the next part to offset these mesh bodies. Luckily we can use some code from my steering wheel tutorial. And what that'll allow us to do is add an offset, hopefully. So 0.4 maybe? If we refresh, hopefully it'll be in the right place. No, okay, well. I am unclear as to why this is not doing the base translation offset. Alright, after massive amounts of times of deliberation, I just went in here and I moved these manually here. Renamed them so that I wouldn't try to pull the old thing, and then renamed it here. Then over here, yeah, everything's finally working. What a pain in the butt this was. Moving along, now we have to connect the transmission to the differential. So what we're going to look for is rear drive shaft, and we're just going to skip a few steps. In the transmission, under powertrain, we're going to change one of the names of things. Oh, apparently it wants a transfer case? Well, this shouldn't be too hard to change. Now what we're going to do is change the name of it from transfer case to rear drive shaft. Now let's hope that that shortcut has fixed everything. And as you can see, it now has the new thing in here, and here's hoping. Oh my god, it works. Yes! That is... Yeah! Oh my god, I was expecting there to be like one more step, or 2 more steps, or 3 more steps, or just any number of just absolute nightmarishness. But it's fantastic. It seems that our final drive ratio doesn't really match what it should probably be. Oh no, we've got about 50-ish kilometers an hour. It's a fairly short first gear. You'd expect it to be a little bit longer for a vehicle with so much torque. Over torque risk? How are we getting that? That doesn't make sense. Is the vehicle too heavy, maybe? I think this vehicle is lighter than the one it came from. Oh my god. This thing goes hard! It goes really hard. Whoa. Oh, bruh. This is wicked. I think we want to do a few more things. One of which is the radiator seems pretty weak, and I see no radiator here. Huh. I think what we're going to do is just cheat a little bit and grab the radiator stuff from here and put it directly into the engine. Now, I don't know exactly where this is meant to go, but let's hope that that does a good job. Refresh. And let's hope that this has enough cooling ability to overcome the copious amounts of heat. It looks like we're now utilizing the original radiator that was in the vehicle. So, that worked out well. Even though you can't see a radiator in there, there is a radiator in there. And if you want to know how to do engine swaps, this is how you do it. Lots and lots of work. Like a lot of work. There may be easy ways of doing it. In fact, actually, the easiest way of doing it would be just to grab this and then the flex bodies and transfer that over. Wherever the flex bodies. That would be the easiest way of doing it. And you could probably have this done in a matter of like 5 minutes. I just wanted to do it the legit way. Like, transitioning a real engine, problematic. Transitioning this one is, I wanted it to be as realistic as possible. Now, you may think, hey Phil, you're a freaking idiot. And I would tend to agree. At least the automation devs have now made it so then we can put on whatever wheels and tires we want from BeamNG stuff. So, we got rear wheels. No, hold on. Rear, yeah, what? Hold on. Yeah, okay, this is where you change it. So, I'm thinking let's go with some drag wheels. Those don't look like great drag tires, I'm gonna be honest, on the drag car that's here. Also, this is a turbocharged one, so I'm not really gonna be putting the same amount of stock in it. Instead, I think I'm gonna grab these grip alls. They look to be a 5 stud, which, there we go, 5 lug. And we got a 15 by 12 Alder drag racing rear wheel. Oh, we don't get it? Wait, no, we do get it. Oh, nice, good. Okay, I was looking in the wrong place. Apparently, the alphabetical order is a little bit... Oh, and it comes default with the drag tires. That's fantastic. Let's see how this thing drives. This thing is brutal. What is happening? Hold on. Something... Oh, the transfer case is going weird. And what is that affecting? That's affecting something. Oh, I accidentally put the turbos on. Whoops-a-daisies. We'll fix the transfer case in a second, but now we have the supercharger that we want. Let's see how this thing goes. Does it rip? Oh, it doesn't wheelie as much as I would like. And, oh my, the engine locked up. Let's go the ultra heavy-duty long block. Now, it should be a lot more resilient. Oh, the engine is still overheating a lot, but at least it's cooling at least a little bit. That's fantastic. All right. If we slow the game down to 50 times slower, we will be able to see that this thing does, in fact, actually do a bit of a wheelie. This is actually too slow. Let's go 32 times. Let's go 16 times. And any second now. And lift off. Now, it's not a huge wheelie like we saw in the last video, but my god, that's pretty epic. For something which could have done rather quickly, I don't regret my choices. I think I've done an okay job. This is so much fun, though. It is quite slow, however. I feel as if this thing should be a lot faster. In 6th gear? Wait, what? What happened? Why did we slow down? Oh, is that a rev limiter or something? Let's try that again. Okay. Yeah, it just seems that this thing hits about 230 and then slows down. Is that some sort of engine management thing? Oh, the engine let go. Like, literally let go. Let's go into our rear suspension, our rear differential, and make it... No, that's not the one I want. I want final drive and go to a race one. And then under final drive, let's drop that down to, say, 3-ish? I wonder if this will do more of a wheelie now. No, it bogged a little bit more. It feels as if there was less torque available to it now. But we are going a lot better now. Wait, it limits its top speed. Why is that happening? There is a thing called top speed limit in normal automation cars, but not in this. It doesn't seem to be in the ECU stuff either. I don't know why it would be limiting my top speed. Oh, but there is an ECU speed limiter. Oh, would you look at that? There was just an option here to remove the limiter. Oh, I'm an idiot. It was there all along. let's see what we do now when we reach our top speed. Which should be, I think it was 230 kilometers an hour. Way past it. Much better. Now, this thing is probably causing a lot of aerodynamic drag, so it's not going to be great. Oh, dear. Our brakes, what was it? Like, we're in 1970, basically? 54-year-old brakes? Apparently, not up to snuff. Who would have thunk it? This thing just rips burnouts at the drop of a hat. You know, when we're not on sticky materials. Let's check to make sure that we're not actually doing a wheelie here. Oh, we're actually getting a wheel spin. Oh, not good enough tires. And then right about there, ever so slightly, just off the ground. Ah, poo. Well, I mean, we're doing pretty darn well. I think, yeah, maybe more traction. If only I could change the rear tire pressure. Oh, good. Okay, it was just at the bottom here. Let's drop this down to like 12, maybe? And blasting off at the line. It is just a little bit. There was a slither. I could fit a piece of paper under it. That's enough for a wheelie. We are still, however, getting a lot of wheel spin, so maybe these aren't the most grippy tires we've ever had. But this is meant to be able to take a hell of a lot more power than this, so I don't know why it's such an issue. And look at this thing squat. Man, remember how much the rear end sticks up? This thing squats so hard on its suspension. I wouldn't expect this thing to maybe do 10s. I'm gonna guess, with this much power and this much air resistance, maybe somewhere around an 11 or a 12-second quarter mile? I suppose there's only one thing to do. And I think I will go up against the red tail in which this came from, which I think is a fair enough comparison. They don't have tires and I don't have a good vehicle. All right, now we can sweat mode. Okay, apparently the better tires make a huge difference. And we've done a 9-second with only 800. I mean, don't get me wrong, 800 horsepower is a lot, but that's a lot of vehicle. Maybe this time we'll go the full drag one. They have about double the amount of power, so I don't like my chances. But I also don't think I like their tires. They look like semi-slicks as opposed to actual full slicks. I can do this. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. The tires really do make the car. My goodness. Oh no, he's catching up. He's catching it. And I did it. A 9.1. That's cray. Let's go with the vehicle that we probably should have swapped the engine into. Come on. Nope. Okay. Maybe it is just the tires. Look at that thing go! Oh my god, yeah, I'd never stood a chance apparently. What I'm also noticing is that there seems to be no, like, adjustability for the pulley. And I kind of want to push this thing beyond its limits now. So we're going to paste in the good old variable lines of codes from automation and change this to pulley size. And now we're going to put in our mathematics, which, if I remember correctly, is quote $ equals, then we'll grab this one, put it in here, then times the default pulley size and bracket. And yeah, quotation. Apparently it doesn't like that coding in here. Oh, this wasn't meant to be in quotes. All right, then, yeah, we'll just go in here and remove that and hope that this, oh good, alrighty. And back to having the supercharger on. And our pulley ratio now is apparently 0.99, okay, that's weird. Let's go to like 1.3 as a bit of a change there. Hopefully that'll give us a just smidgen more power. Be one with the car. And sweat mode. Oh my god, is 1.3 pulley enough? Oh, no, it's not! No, it's not! Oh, come on! Oh, this engine is not long for this world, but they were... Wait, I was faster than... How is that possible? Okay, anyway, I want to properly beat them, so we're gonna go up to like a 1.4 and apply. He thinks he's ready for this, but he isn't. Come on! Oh, there we go, much more brutal. A 1.4 pulley... sorry, a 0.4 of a change shouldn't be that much. Oh my god, come on! Oh, what was that? I tried to pause it, but I didn't pause it in time. I wanted to see who was going to beat it. Frick. And away we go. Oh, he got the jump on me. But no. Oh, that time he wins. Frick. But we did an 8-7. Oh, come on. All right, let's retry that again. What? Why am I breaking my wheels now? This didn't happen before. What? Really? Let's try maybe changing the hub stiffness. If we make it a little bit softer, maybe it will give instead of breaking everything. And also a little bit of rim stiffness should be good. I think I did a really good reaction time that time. And he's not catching up to me. Oh. Oh my god. No way. Right at the last second? He is not going to, is he? No! Oh my god, no! No! Come on! Really? Well then, I don't expect this supercharger to last. So we're going up to 1.5. I expect this time to win fair and square. No! Again! Why? It just seems that this is too much power. Maybe I should down the ratios a little bit. Instead of going all the way up to 5, which rounds down, go to like 4.2 maybe? This is it. This has to be it. No! Again! So this is usually attached to like a spring, and if the spring is too high compared to damp, that's usually what causes the issue. So I think we're going to go in here and increase dampening up to like, let's say 120%. Let's see if that fixes the issue. Nope, okay, that didn't work either. Maybe I'm wrong about this, though I'm pretty sure I'm not. We're going to take this up to 115%. Come on, we can do this. It worked! It's very jittery though. And oh no, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. Really? Oh, it bounces off the tailgate. Oh, that would be causing issues because now we lose traction during that time. Well, luckily we have, so don't use suspension height offset, which is in some places. What you want to do is use instead the suspension node offset. So Z is for height. We're going to increase this. I think it's actually minus to move up, which is weird, but anyway. 10 centimeters? No, let's go like 5 centimeters. And it still bounces. Huh. Alright. Then the spring rate we're probably going to increase to like 35? And then the dampening. Oh, this gets really tricky. Let's go, I think it's rebound rate. Put that to 7. And this one to about 4. Turns out the only thing I really needed to do was this was way lower than what it needed to be, so the thing was hitting the ground too early. And now I can run a higher puller ratio, so we got up to 1.5. I think we can go to 1.6 and it won't break the wheels maybe. So, one last time into the fire. Okay, we got the launch. And we're beating them. Or they're coming back. And there we go. There we have it. This is fantastic. Oh dear. Oh dear, those front brakes are suffering hardcore. I wonder how much power we ended up with the 1.5 pulley ratio. 1100 horsepower. And look at that torque. That is crazy amounts of torque. For now, let's just enjoy this. It is just some fun car. And I think it is just such a smile-inducing vehicle. This will be up on the BeamNG repository, and I do suggest you try it out yourself. Do you know what else I suggest you try? Becoming a channel member. Specifically, I would like to thank, though, Dellerman for being a top-tier channel member. For the rest of you, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, that hasn't gone to plan. Oh. Ooh.